Put on the phone right now! Put on the phone right now! Put on the phone right now!
She's about to do this Empire State joint.
Nah, she about to get... Oh, she in New York? She in New York? Tell her link up! Tell her link up!
By now, everybody's seen it. Latto, Cardi B, and 21 Savage all popped up on the timeline at the exact same time, and trust me, it wasn't because of a fire collab or a chart-topping moment. Fans are locked in on one messy rumor, and it's got people talking non-stop. What started as online tension is now being seen as real-life industry drama, especially after reports started spreading that Cardi B was allegedly taking off 21 Savage's new album. And if this already feels wild, that's because this situation goes way deeper than some slick tweets or random audio leaks. This isn't just internet noise anymore. This is the kind of drama that quietly builds, then explodes when nobody expects it.
There is a lot of different female rappers, but for some reason, it's something about me that, like, these bitches can't stand. They can't fuck with.
The second 21 Savage dropped What Happened to the Streets, fans didn't even hit play first. They went straight to the feature list like detectives on a mission. Latto's name was there, Drake showed up, but a few names people swore would be included were nowhere to be found. That's when the side-eye started, and it wasn't subtle at all. The comment sections went crazy, loud, chaotic, and full of questions. One question drowned out all the others. Did Latto have something to do with Cardi not being on the album? On the surface, it sounds dramatic, almost unbelievable. But once you rewind everything that's happened over the past few months, it suddenly doesn't sound so far off anymore. This wasn't random. This came after leaked audio, public apologies, long, awkward silences, and nonstop judgment flying in every direction. Stack all those moments together, and it becomes clear as day. Online beef never stays online. It leaks into real money, real careers, and real relationships every single time. So let's break down the album first, because What Happened to the Streets came in with serious hype from day one. Fans were already locked in, watching every move and dissecting every detail the second it dropped. Seeing Latto on the project didn't shock anyone at all. She's hot right now, active everywhere, and clearly in her prime moment. On top of that, she's openly dating 21 Savage, so that feature felt like a natural fit. Everybody knows artists love pulling their partners into studio sessions when the timing feels right. At this point, that's just how the culture moves. Seeing Glorilla listed also made sense and didn't raise many questions, but Cardi's absence is where things started feeling strange. People fully expected Cardi to be on the album, and that expectation wasn't random at all. Cardi and 21 Savage don't just know each other in passing, they've got real history, both in the booth and outside of it. So when her name never appeared on the track list, it didn't feel like a simple creative choice. It felt off in a way fans couldn't explain and definitely couldn't ignore. That missing name stood out loud. These two have worked together before, most famously on Bartier Cardi, a track that helped lock in Cardi's early momentum and showed how well their styles clicked. That chemistry wasn't imagined, it was already proven. The idea of another collaboration wasn't wishful thinking. It was built on real work, real connections, and real loyalty. Cardi even publicly defended 21 Savage during his immigration situation years ago, and she did that when she didn't owe anyone a word. She spoke up anyway and didn't hesitate when it counted. Cardi rallied support and made it clear she had 21 Savage's back during a serious moment, saying, 21 did not come here illegally and was not caught doing anything illegal or doing any mischief. Fast forward a few years, and that respect never faded. 21 Savage has still referred to Cardi as sis, and he even went out of his way to promote her album, Am I the Drama, to his massive audience. So nah, fans weren't just casually hoping Cardi would show up on this album. They straight up expected it, especially after 21 already gave her such a loud and public show of support. That's why people started asking the real question fast. If Cardi and 21 were still cool, then what actually changed between them? According to fans watching closely, nothing changed at all. And that's exactly why nobody bought the idea that Cardi's absence was some random mistake or simple oversight. The math just wasn't mathing. Instead, the narrative flipped quick. Suddenly, people started saying Latto made the call, or at the very least, that 21 Savage chose Latto's side. To understand why that theory spread like wildfire, you have to rewind to the leaked audio that started this whole mess. This is where everything really went left. An audio clip surfaced of Cardi B going off during a heated rant about Ice Spice. This wasn't a studio track or a planned diss meant for release. It was raw, unfiltered frustration, the kind that spills out when someone thinks nobody else is listening. And right in the middle of that rant, Latto caught a stray. and it wasn't small or subtle at all.
Act dumb. Why you wanna act dumb?
I really don't know.
You don't know? I'ma show ya. I'm not Latto. I'ma beat her the fuck up. I'ma knock her the fuck out.
The leaked audio made things crystal clear fast. Cardi was heard saying she's not soft like Latto, clearly throwing a heavy insult and questioning Latto's strength and credibility. And in Cardi's world, that isn't some playful joke or light comment.
I'ma beat her ass. I'ma get riot beat up by my niggas. Y'all gonna see what the fuck is up. You think I'm fucking pussy ass Latto?
That kind of line goes straight at someone's respect, their image, and how they're viewed in the industry. Let's be real. She knew exactly what she was doing in that moment. It wasn't accidental, it wasn't harmless, and it definitely wasn't said without intent. The comment felt sharp and calculated, and the apologies only came after the audio leaked and people started reacting. That's what made it feel even messier to fans watching from the outside. The history between them made the situation worse. Cardi and Latto weren't strangers. They had worked together before, and Latto had even jumped on a remix for Cardi. So from the outside looking in, the optics were rough. It looked like Latto was smiling in public while Cardi was throwing shade behind closed doors. And even though the audio was said to be old, timing doesn't erase impact. Once people hear something like that, it sticks, especially in an industry where reputation is everything. You can't undo that moment or pretend it never happened. That's just how the game works. Cardi did try to smooth things over afterward. She went to social media with a public apology, saying she was heated, that she respects Latto, and that she wasn't too proud to admit she was wrong. She even joked about buying Latto a bag to make things right on paper. On the surface, it sounded grown, responsible, and above the drama. Here's the tricky part about apologies. They don't always hit the way people expect, especially when the disrespect was unnecessary and the embarrassment played out in public for everyone to hear. Latto never responded directly, and that silence spoke volumes. At the same time, fans noticed Latto repeatedly performing lyrics that echoed the same insulting word, and that alone had people convinced she wasn't feeling Cardi's apology at all.
Put it on the floor. We gotta turn it out. Feel like shot it low.
Whether that was intentional or not, the message came through loud and clear. It felt like a quiet way of saying, I heard what you said, and I didn't forget. That's why the theory started spreading fast. Some fans believe Latto directly asked 21 Savage to remove Cardi from the album. Others think 21 made the call himself to avoid disrespecting his partner. Either way, the result didn't change. Cardi isn't on the album, and that's why this situation hits differently than a normal feature debate. This goes beyond music choices. It suggests that being cool with 21 might not be enough when there's already active tension with Latto involved. At first glance, choosing Latto over Cardi B might seem like a risky move financially. Cardi is still Cardi, her name carries weight, and her features usually turn into full-blown moments. But here's where the conversation gets uncomfortable. Cardi has shown signs of slowing down lately. It took her 7 years to release her second album, Am I the Drama? And when it finally dropped, it leaned heavily on older hits like WAP and Up to bring extra momentum. Now, none of this wipes away Cardi's legacy at all, but it definitely makes people look twice in an industry that moves fast and rewards non-stop consistency. While that's happening, Latto has been steadily grinding, dropping music, touring, and keeping her name buzzing without long gaps. From a long-term work standpoint, choosing Latto isn't as wild as some people make it seem, especially when the focus shifts from pure fame to steady output. But counting Cardi out has never worked before, and history proves that every time. People forget she was once brushed off as Offset's side project, a reality star turned rapper who wouldn't last. And yet here we are still talking about her years later. Cardi has a real track record of flipping the script whenever doubt gets loud. That's why this moment doesn't feel like a final chapter. It feels more like a speed bump, a moment that's going to show who's really winning, who's keeping pace, and who's just riding the drama wave. What this situation really puts on blast is the fake idea of rap girl unity. These women aren't best friends, they're co-workers. They're friendly when it's convenient, collaborative when it benefits them, and competitive at all times. A lot of these industry ties weren't built on real friendships anyway. They were built on shared moments and overlapping goals, not deep loyalty. And when pressure hits and the stakes get high, those relationships crack fast. Cardi knows that better than most.
Industry thing is like, it's very like political. Like even if you know that somebody's feeling a certain type of way about you, if you even like let people know that they feel a certain type of way. It's just like, oh, why do you feel that way?
This is exactly why Cardi probably felt comfortable making that comment in the first place. Deep down, she didn't see Latto as a close friend, just someone moving in the same lane, another player in the same game, and Latto likely saw it the same way. Respect doesn't automatically equal trust, and a studio session doesn't guarantee loyalty. Collaboration doesn't turn into real friendship at the end of the day, and this is the real cost of an overgrown, mostly online beef. Leaked audio can end up reshaping the music itself. Public apologies don't always land the way they're supposed to, and suddenly, the features fans were waiting on disappear, all depending on how relationships shift behind the scenes. What starts as venting or a little online shade can spiral fast into real-world consequences. Careers, money, and opportunities can change over things that were never meant to go public. And while Cardi and 21 Savage might still be on decent terms right now, this entire Latto situation has introduced a tension that isn't likely to fade quietly anytime soon. Some lines get crossed and never fully reset. So the big question still hangs in the air. Was Cardi B really taking off 21 Savage's album because of Latto? We might never get a clear answer, but one thing is obvious. In hip-hop, perception is everything, and right now the perception is that loyalty won. Cardi ended up left off the track list, even if she probably wanted to be on it. Let's be honest though, she doesn't actually need it. If you rock with breakdowns like this, make sure to like, subscribe, share this video, and drop your thoughts in the comments, because this conversation is far from over.